Hello, sixth graders. Today we are looking at order of operations, or Pemdas. So you should have the title written down across the top, and then your learning target should be written down as well. I can evaluate expressions using the order of operations. Okay, we have some vocab here that we need to have written down, so you should have the word written down as well as the definitions. So first, numerical expression. Well, numerical means number, and expression means a phrase or like a sentence. So this is a number sentence. And it's made up, made up of numbers and one or more operation. Okay, so something like 10 times 8. That's a numerical expression. Or it could be more with like lots of operations in it, but it has to have at least one operation and two numbers. Order of operations. This is the order we use to solve a numerical expression. And that's what we think of as Pemdas. Okay. Grouping symbols. Okay. These are used to group numbers together. Now, everything in, let me change colors here. Everything in this box, these are grouping symbols. So you should write all of these down to go with those definition, or that definition. Okay. So we have parentheses, brackets, braces, a fraction, and a square root. Okay, so I'm going to just zoom in here. Make sure you have all those words written down with the definitions. Really quickly, Pemdas. This is the order that we use, like I said, to solve expressions. The P stands for parentheses or any of these grouping symbols. E, you then do any of the exponents. Then you do multiplication and division, actually, and this works left to right. And then you do addition and subtraction working left to right. Just like how you would read a book. Okay, so here it is again shown, so you should write down what is inside of this box here, the order of operations. Pemdas, we can also use the expression, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, just to help us remember the order. But again, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division working left to right, and adding and subtracting working left to right. Okay. Here it is in like word form here. Okay, key concept, important to know. Evaluate the expressions inside the grouping symbols first. If you have grouping symbols, you follow order of operations inside of those symbols as well, the parentheses. Then you evaluate the powers or the exponents. Then you multiply and divide in order from left to right. Add or subtract in order from left to right. Okay, so let's see what that really means when we're given a problem here. So we're going to solve these using order of operations. It says justify each step. That just means I'm going to talk about why I did that step first. Okay, so our first problem here, 5 plus parentheses, 12 minus 3. So again, just as a reminder for myself, Pemdas. So I start with the parentheses first. So the 12 minus 3, well, 12 minus 3 is 9. Now I'm going to carry down the rest of my problem. I'm not going to just like leave parts all over the place. I want to keep it as organized as possible so that I don't lose any of my information here. Now the only thing that's left is addition. So 5 plus 9, which is 14. So my final answer here is 14. Notice how I kind of work down in the shape of a funnel as I get skinnier until I get the final answer. Next one, 8 minus 3 times 2 plus 7. Again, using Pemdas, and just to justify each step, I'm going to talk about why I did that one first. So I just go through my PEMDAS. I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents. So now I have multiplication and division right here. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. Now I carry down the rest of the problem that hasn't been used. Okay. Now it's addition and subtraction, but for addition and subtraction, remember we work left to right, like how you would read a book. So the part that shows up first is my subtraction here. So 8 minus 6 is 2. Carry down the rest of the problem that hasn't been used yet. 2 plus 7, which equals 9. So my final answer is 9. Again, notice it's working down in a funnel. I'm showing every single step, everything that I'm doing, showing all of my work. Next one, I'm going to rewrite my PEMDAS here just as a reminder again for myself. Do I have any parentheses? Nope. Do I have any exponents? Yes. That's what this is. Okay, exponents are the number with a smaller number written up above. That 3 is your base. That's the number that you're multiplying. And your exponent tells you how many times you are multiplying it. So we are multiplying 3 2 times. So 3 times 3, which is 9. Carry down the rest of the problem. That has not been used yet. Next is multiplication and division. So I have this part right here. Well, 5 times 9 is 45. Bring down the rest of the problem. 45 minus 7. Well, 45 minus 5 would get me to 40, and minus 2 more would be 38. Okay, again, working down till I get to my answer, showing all of my work. Here's a couple for you to try. Pause, try them on your own, and then watch me work through them to check to see if you did them correctly. So again, PEMDAS. All right, the first one here, 39 divided by 9 plus 4. Well, I start with my parentheses. 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry down the rest of my problem. Next would be my division. So 39 divided by 13. Well, 13, 26, 39, that's 3. So my final answer is 3. Again, working down to get to my final answer. Next one, we've got 10 plus 8 divided by 2 minus 6. I don't have any parentheses, I don't have any exponents, so multiplication and division. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Carry down the rest of the problem. Next is addition and subtraction, working left to right. So 10 plus 4 first, which is 14, minus 6, carry down the rest of the problem. Well, 14 minus 6 is 8. So that's my final answer. Again, showing all of my work. If I'm not showing all of my work, then when the teacher checks it, she's probably going to tell me to go back and show work. So always, always, always show every single step that you are doing. Okay, again, here's a good spot to pause, try these 4 problems, come back and check them, and then if you have any that you got wrong, this would be where you should fix those mistakes. All right, PEMDAS. Add that across the top here. First one, we have an exponent here, 10 to the power of 4. That means we're taking 10 and we are multiplying it 4 times over. So I'm going to show this off to the side. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, this is the base, the number that's being multiplied. The exponent tells you how many times. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So that would be 10,000. Carry down the rest of the problem. 3 times 10,000. Well, that would be 30,000. Notice I included a comma once I got past the thousands place. Okay. Next one. In parentheses, 5 minus 1 to the power of 3 divided by 4. So I start with the parentheses here. 5 minus 1 is 4. Now I could keep the parentheses around here, but it's not necessary, because there's nothing else but just that number in there. But we still have to the power of 3 divided by 4. So again, 4 to the power, our exponents are next, so 4 to the power of 3 means that we're taking the number 4 and we are multiplying it 3 times. Not 4 times 3, but 4 times 4 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 would be 64. You could do your long multiplication if needed. That's one that I know on the top of my head. So 64 divided by 4. Well, now we're going backwards of what we just did, so I know that that's going to be 16. Okay. Again, showing every single step as I go. Next one, 14 plus 3 in parentheses, 7 minus 2. Now, it's not shown, but anytime a number is connected to a parenthesis, that means multiplication, which can be shown with a dot or with the multiplication symbol. So I start with the parentheses. 7 minus 2 is 5. 14 plus, and like I said, we're multiplying this because they're connected. Next would be my multiplication. So 3 times 5 is 15. 14 plus 15 would be 29. There's my final answer. Next one. 6 plus 8 divided by 2 plus 2 in parentheses 3 minus 1. And again, it's not shown, but there is a multiplication right there when a number is connected to parentheses like that. All right, Pemdas, I start with my parentheses. 3 minus 1 is 2. Carry down the rest of the problem. Next would be multiplication and division, working left to right. So the first of the 2 I see is right here, the 8 divided by 2. Well, that would be 4. Carry down the rest of the problem. Next would be the multiplication that I see here. 2 times 2 is 4. 6 plus 4 plus 4. Well, 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. And again, working my way down to my final answer, showing every single step. Okay, we're going to look at this word problem here and use order of operations to solve it. So, can't see the name. Okay, Juan goes to the school bookstore, book fair, where paperback books are $1.50 and hardcover books are $3. Juan buys 5 paperbacks and 2 hardcovers. Write a numerical expression to find out how much Juan paid and then solve the expression. Well, he's buying paperback for $1.50 and hardcover for $3. I'm just picking out some important information here. We have 5 paperbacks that he's buying and 2 hardcovers. All right. Well, the paperbacks are $1.50, so $1.50, and I'm going to multiply that by the 5 books that he's buying, the paperbacks, I mean. He's getting hardcover, which are $3, times the 2 hardcover. Okay. Now, to figure out the total, we would then add those together. You could put these parts in parentheses, but because they're multiplication, they'll be done first. So the first one, $1.50 times 5, that would be $7.50. $3 times 2 would be $6. Now we would add those together. Well, 7 plus 6 is 13. 50 cents plus 0 would be $13.50. So that's how much he spent at the bookstore. Again, using order of operations to solve. That's everything on order of operations. Look back, check over your notes. Do they look good? Do they have everything written down that they should? Check your understanding. Is this something that you could explain to somebody else? If you need to, you can always go back and re-watch parts of the video and do the examples again, or you could try more practice problems. iExcel is a great resource for that.